You see your crush in the hallway, and your heart does a triple backflip, but to them, you feel completely invisible. What if I told you there are a few simple, psychological shifts you can make to go from being overlooked to being the main person on their mind? Stick with me, because the last tip I'm going to share is the one that separates a temporary crush from a genuine, deep connection. Let's be real, the word obsessed sounds a little intense, right? Like something out of a movie. But what we're really talking about is creating a deep, magnetic attraction. This isn't about manipulation or playing unhealthy mind games. It's about understanding a little human psychology, to build a genuine connection so powerful that they can't help but think about you. This isn't about changing who you are. It's about showing off the most attractive version of yourself and making space for something real to grow. So, forget everything you've been told about chasing someone. Today, we're going to learn how to attract them almost effortlessly by taking healthy, practical steps to become the main person on their mind. First things first, and this is the most critical rule: be unapologetically yourself. This is the foundation for everything else. So many of us make the huge mistake of trying to morph into what we think our crush wants. We start liking their hobbies, pretending to love their favorite music, and watering down our personalities to be less disagreeable. The problem is, humans have a built-in radar for fakeness. When you're not being authentic, you give off an insecure vibe, and that's never attractive. True attraction is built on self-confidence. Keeping up with your own interests, values, and boundaries isn't just healthy, it's incredibly magnetic. Think about it: the people you admire most are probably the ones who are passionate and have a life of their own. They have their own friends, their own opinions, and they aren't just sitting by the phone waiting for someone to make their day interesting. So, how do you do this? Double down on what makes you, you. Love to paint. Spend more time with a brush in your hand. Passionate about a cause. Go volunteer. Fill your own life with so much purpose that you don't need their attention to feel good about yourself. This flips a powerful switch. You go from being a pleaser to a person of value. They'll start to see you as a whole person with a rich inner world, which is way more intriguing than someone who just nods and agrees with everything they say. Your authenticity is the gravitational force that starts to pull them in. Once you're standing firm in who you are, it's time to learn how to engage. This is not about some perfectly rehearsed speech. It's about mastering light, playful interaction. This is where flirting comes in, but we're doing it in a way that feels natural and builds a real connection, not pressure. It all comes down to three things: a genuine smile, some light teasing, and gentle, consensual physical touch. First, your smile. A real smile is one of the most powerful tools you have. It shows warmth, confidence, and openness, a nonverbal invitation that says, "I'm friendly and approachable." The next time you see your crush, catch their eye for just a second longer than you normally would. Give a small, genuine smile, and then look away. That tiny moment creates a spark. It plants a seed in their mind. Wait, were they smiling at me? Next up, playful teasing, and I mean playful, not mean, and definitely not making fun of their insecurities. It's about creating a fun, back-and-forth dynamic that breaks you out of boring, polite conversation. If they say something super nerdy, you can grin and say, "Wow, you're a total geek about this, aren't you?" The key is in the delivery. It has to be warm and come with a smile. This kind of banter builds rapport and makes the interaction memorable. Finally, when the moment feels right and the vibe is there, a brief, gentle touch can amplify a connection like crazy. This could be a light tap on the arm when you're re-laughing at their joke, or a gentle nudge when you're re-standing side by side. When it's welcome, these small physical gestures break down personal barriers and create a sense of comfort and intimacy. It's a subtle way of saying, "I feel comfortable with you," which helps them feel more connected to you in return. Now for something a little more subliminal: the chameleon effect. This is a real psychological phenomenon where people subconsciously mimic the body language and mannerisms of the person they're talking to. And here's the kicker: when someone mirrors us, we tend to like them more and feel a stronger connection, even if we have no idea why. You can use this to your advantage, but the key word is subtle. This isn't about being a creepy copycat. If they scratch their nose, you don't immediately scratch your nose. That's just weird. Instead, it's about gently matching their overall energy and posture. Here's how to do it without being obvious. If they're leaning forward on a table, super into the conversation, you can lean forward a bit too. If they have a relaxed, open posture, try to adopt a similar one instead of crossing your arms. If they speak in a calm, measured tone, try to match that pace instead of talking a mile a minute. By subtly mirroring them, you're sending a subconscious signal that says, I'm like you. We're on the same wavelength. On a primal level, our brains see similarity as safety. It makes them feel like you're part of their tribe. This builds a feeling of familiarity and trust without them even realizing it. Alright, we're getting into some powerful stuff here, all focused on building genuine, healthy attraction. But there's another side to this, the world of dark psychology. These are the more manipulative tactics people sometimes use, like love bombing, gaslighting, and playing on insecurities. They're ethically questionable, to say the least, but it's a huge topic of discussion. So, here's my question for you. Are you curious about those darker, more controversial tactics? Let me know in the comments below. Your feedback totally shapes this channel. For now, let's stick to building attraction the right way. Next, let's talk about scarcity. In dark psychology, scarcity is a manipulative tool used to make someone feel desperate. But we're going to reframe it. Healthy scarcity isn't about playing hard to get. It's about being a person of high value. And high value things are, by definition, not always available. This loops right back to our first point about living an authentic life. When your life is full and interesting, you are naturally scarce. You can't always text back immediately because you're at the gym, in class, or out laughing with your friends. You can't hang out every single night because you have other things you're passionate about. Let's be clear, this is totally different from deliberately ignoring them to make them sweat. One is a game. The other is a reflection of your self-respect. When you're genuinely busy living a life you love, it sends a powerful message. Your time is valuable. It shows that your happiness doesn't depend on their attention, which, paradoxically, makes their attention feel more like a prize. So, how do you apply this? Don't drop everything just because they ask. If you're busy, it is perfectly fine to say, I'd love to, but I'm swamped tonight. What about tomorrow? Don't feel like you have to be in constant contact. Giving them some space allows them to think about you and wonder what you're up to. This creates a natural rhythm of connection and distance that builds anticipation and makes them want you more. Remember, you want to be an exciting part of their life, not the whole thing. This next step is where so many potential relationships die, a total failure to communicate. We get so stuck in our own heads, freaking out about what to say, that we forget the most important part of a conversation is listening. Building a real connection means open, honest communication. First, learn to express yourself. If you're enjoying your time with them, just say it. A simple, I'm having a really great time talking to you, is incredibly powerful. It's direct, confident, and a little vulnerable all at once. It cuts through the guessing games and makes the other person feel seen and appreciated. This isn't about a dramatic love confession, but about sharing your genuine feelings in the moment. The other half of the equation. Become an amazing listener. When your crush is talking, give them your full attention. Put your phone away. Ask follow-up questions. Don't just sit there waiting for your turn to speak. Listen to actually understand them. In a world where everyone is distracted, being the person who genuinely listens is a superpower. When someone feels truly heard, they feel respected and valued. They'll start to associate you with a feeling of comfort and safety space where they can be themselves. This is how you stop being just another face in the crowd and become someone they feel deeply connected to. And this brings us to the final, most important tip, the one I promised you. This is what separates a fleeting crush from that deep, lasting connection you're looking for. It's the art of building emotional intimacy. Surface-level attraction is easy. A nice smile or a good joke can catch someone's eye. But emotional intimacy is what will capture their mind and their heart. Emotional intimacy is built through gradual, authentic vulnerability. It's about moving past small talk and daring to share the real parts of yourself, while creating a safe space for them to do the same. This doesn't mean dumping all your deepest secrets at once. That's a huge red flag. It's a slow, reciprocal process. It starts by sharing a slightly more personal story, a silly fear, or a big dream. When you share something real, you're handing them a small piece of your trust. And when they receive it with respect and maybe share something back, a powerful bond is formed. This is that I feel like I've known you forever feeling. It's the sense that the two of you exist on your own little island, separate from the rest of the world. So how do you actually do this? The next time you're talking, try to steer the conversation a little deeper. Instead of, "How was your day?" ask, "What was the best part of your day?" Instead of, "What do you do for work?" try, "What are you passionate about outside of your job?" And then, really listen to their answer. Validate what they share. "That sounds really exciting," or "Wow, that must have been tough." By sharing your own vulnerabilities and honoring theirs, you create a unique connection that no one else has with them. This is the ultimate secret. People don't get obsessed with perfect, polished people. They become obsessed with the people who make them feel deeply seen, understood, and emotionally connected. So, that's the roadmap. The path from being invisible to being unforgettable isn't about using dark tricks or playing games. It's about a total shift in your approach. It starts with the magnetic power of being your authentic self. It's boosted by playful flirting and the subconscious connection of mirroring. It's strengthened by showing your own value and mastering open communication. And finally, it's cemented with the deep, powerful bond of emotional intimacy. Ultimately, the most attractive thing you can possibly do is build a life that you are obsessed with. Become so confident in who you are, so wrapped up in your passions, and so good at connecting with people authentically that your crush's attention is just a fantastic bonus, not the end goal. You have everything you need to create this energy. Now go out there and let them see you shine. And hey, if you found this helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the psychology of attraction. Let me know in the comments which one of these tips you're going to try first.